And for more on the ongoing fallout from the Epstein files, let's bring in Jeff Bloodworth. He's a professor of American political history at Gannon University. First up, thanks for joining us. Could you help us put into context this whole fallout for our international audiences? Because especially these latest revelations from the Epstein files seem to add a lot of information to that we didn't have.
There are just so many names, right? Famous academics, famous university presidents, celebrities. Epstein's ability to ingratiate himself and to know luminaries in every nook and cranny of American and Western life, it was uncanny. His sexual escapades were criminal. And gross. But part of his career was just built on ingratiating himself to a global elite, and he gained entree seemingly to every address in American life.
And Jeff, at the same time, why do you think so many elite institutions failed to act on warnings about these behaviors and there's these patterns repeating themselves across the globe?
Well, I'll repeat something that the American filmmaker Woody Allen said when he met Epstein in 2010, and he got dragged to a dinner party because his wife wanted to meet a member of the British royal family. And at the dinner party, they knew that Epstein had been in jail, but then he saw Katie Couric of the Today Show, George Stephanopoulos, a former advisor to Bill Clinton, Hollywood moguls, female comedians who were famous, and they thought to themselves, well, if Epstein knows these people, he must not be so bad. And I'll just say, like university presidents, for example, I mean, they've depended on Epstein to raise money for their universities. And so how did Epstein, have these ties to these people, despite the fact that all these scandals were swirling around him? He insulated himself by surrounding himself with very important people. And then he connected people to making money and to fundraising, which made him, indispensable. If you're a university president like Liam Botstein or Larry Summers, your job is to be nice to the people giving your university money. And they're going to come to your dinner party, which is going to give you kind of a gravitas.
I see that, but I also want to leverage one of your strong suits. You're a consummate historian, right, and a student of history. And what should historians be most worried that future generations will learn from how this scandal was handled?
I think it would be how elites looked the other way when it was in their financial or social interest to do so. What we're seeing is, I think the root of Donald Trump's political movement is a real kind of anger of regular Americans, and we see this in Europe as well, who look at kind of a global elite that follow a wholly kind of different set of rules that ordinary people, at least in their minds, have to follow. And I think if you're a historian studying this in the future, this is an example of the sort of behaviors and actions of elites that are promulgating or promoting a populist revulsion from below. And the Epstein scandal, I mean, it every time you peel a layer, you find new, elites and people who were consorting with this person, my goodness, years after his first criminal conviction for sex trafficking with a minor.
Jeff Bloodworth, we certainly should continue this conversation, but we ran out of time. Thank you so much. Great having you.
Thank you.